Well guys, this your bro, your friend, callmearj. So how are you guys? I hope all are good or well, and so today, we bring another third part of this story, what if Goku landed in One Piece world, and if you haven't watched first and second part of story, please go watch, I will put link in description and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more updated video, thank you. A distant noise was all it took for Goku to wake up. Goku said dazedly. He opened his eyes and saw he was lying on the ground face first. Goku tried to get onto his feet but his body wouldn't move, he felt his hands were behind his back and noticed snake coils were wrapped around his wrists and chest tightly. Goku sighed, he rolled onto his back and picked his head up allowing seeing his surroundings. As Goku looked around, he saw hundreds of women sitting in a massive stadium either yelling or cheering loudly. Goku picked his chest off the ground and sat cross-legged looking around in confusion. Hey, can you tell me where am I? Goku spoke to the audience but his question was ever so faint to their roaring cheers making it impossible to hear it. Good, you're awake, Hancock's voice was heard from above. Goku looked up the steep steps that were in front of him to see above was the palace he crashed through. Sandersonia and Boa Hancock while waving at her people to settle down, Hancock directed her attention to the Saiyan. Now, why did you come to our island? Hancock asked Goku. He didn't want to have to explain how he arrived at their island by a wish from the Dragon Balls, so he decided to simply say, I don't know really, I just woke up in your island. Goku shrugged. Liar. Hancock pointed at him. You think we would believe that you came here out of the blue? Your arrival to this island must have some purpose, she said. The half of the women around the arena cheered for Hancock while the other jeered Goku for trying to trick their empress. Goku cocked his head slightly in confusion and turned towards Hancock. He noticed every time Hancock made any movement, the crowd would erupt in cheers. At this point, he just had to know what was going on. These people, why did they cheer you on? Are you someone important? Goku asked. Maybe you can help me. Hancock simply laughed at Goku's request. Help you? You're on public execution. Goku's eyes widened in shock. Execution? For what? Goku asked while Hancock walked over to her snake throne and sat down. It is because you are a male. Our people despise men like you for taking advantage of other people including their own kind, Hancock replied. Look, I just want to know where I am because. Goku hesitated. I am not from around this part of the world, Goku said. Then where are you? As Hancock was about to finish her response, a voice was heard from a distant. Sister. Hancock stopped and everyone turned their heads to a gate leading to the palace. A figure appeared out and revealed to be Marigold. She held a boy in the air for everyone to see. TVE found him, sister, Marigold spoke and Hancock nodded in approval. As Goku watched, he noticed the boy was wearing a straw hat around his neck and had a cut under one of his eye. The boy was trying to break free from his bounds in her grip. I'm going to beat every single one of you. Luffy said angrily towards the three sisters but they just scoffed at the boy's remark, beat us. Just who do you think you are talking to? Sandersonia hissed at Luffy. I am the empress of this village, what I do is to keep my sisters and my village safe from filthy creatures just as yourself. Hancock said. She turned back to her people and spoke out loud. The two of you will not leave this island alive. Hancock spoke with authority, bringing chills down to the Kuja women's spine. They know the two men fates were sealed. Please wait. Hancock. A voice pleaded from the crowd. A woman got from her seat in the stadium and jumped on the stage in front of Goku with her hands outwards. Goku's eyes widened. It's you. Goku said. It was the same girl he protected from the large creature on the mountain cliffs. Marguerite. Luffy shouted towards the young Kuja. Marguerite, huh? Nice to see you again. Goku grinned but she ignored him and remained motionless in the presence of everyone. I don't believe that these men are lying to us. I do not believe that they mean harm to our country. Marguerite spoke. Faint whispers swept through the audience, taken aback by their sister's apparent trust in the two men. The Kuja empress frowned. Tell me your name, child. Marguerite was trembling but bowed to her empress. My name is Marguerite. She spoke. Hancock crossed her leg over the other before she spoke. The simple act of entering this country means certain death for any man. You, as a Kuja, should know this. Why do you defend them so? Hancock said. Marguerite straightened her posture to look directly at her empress. I feel have I debt to them. I was being attacked by vicious creatures up near the mountains when he saved me. Marguerite said, pointing at Goku. Marguerite then pointed towards Luffy, and if wasn't for him, I would not have made it back to the village, she said. The audience grew silent as they watched their empress uncross her legs, rise from her throne and stroll casually down the lawn and steep steps. They feared for their Kuja's sister, anticipating what would happen next. Marguerite bowed her head as Hancock was upon her, waiting almost patiently. Hancock stepped forward. Raise your head, honest, Marguerite. The empress spoke. Marguerite felt her chin uplift by the Kuja empress, forcing her to gaze directly into Her Majesty's mesmerizing eyes. Hancock smiled, knowing well that the young Kuja was entranced by her beauty. She raised her hands in front of the young Kuja, marrow marrow marrow. Before Marguerite could blink, she was turned to stone, frozen in whatever stance she held. What? Goku exclaimed in shock. What happened? That's the same move that she used on me before, so why did she turn to stone? Hancock turned around and casually walked back up to her throne. Why did you turn her into stone? She was just trying to help us out. Luffy screamed as he was flailing around. Marigold had pushed Luddy to the ground in order to restrain him from escaping her grip. Exactly, she helped you out, which is prohibited in our village. That is why I turned her into stone, Hancock said as she sat back on her throne. No, Goku shouted. He lay on his back and raised his legs into the air. He then propelled himself forward and landed lightly on his feet. Goku expanded his arms apart, allowing him to slip through the snake coils and run towards Marguerite. This surprised the Kuja women as they witnessed Goku's athleticism. Goku reached Marguerite's lifeless body and was horrified. He couldn't believe it. Why would an empress do this? It was just like in Namek when Frieza took the life of his best friend Krillin in cold blood, right in front of his eyes. Even though he didn't know Marguerite very well, he still cared since she tried to help him and the boy out, even when she knew there would be consequences. There were still kind people in this island, Goku thought, but he couldn't believe how they were treated. He bent his head in front of Marguerite, masking his face away from everybody. Goku was pissed, and I mean pissed. How dare you? Goku said in a low and dangerous voice which surprised everyone. How dare you? Goku roared, his shout so loud it shattered all the glass in the pala, which made all the villagers scream in terror. Hancock leaned forward and gritted her teeth. Who is this man? The Empress thought in disbelief. Goku, not moving his body, turned his head towards the Empress and her two sisters with anger in his eyes. You will turn this girl back to normal or else, Goku said in his steely voice. Hancock scoffed at the man. Who do you think you are talking to? Goku turned around fully and stared directly at the Empress. He took a step before vanishing. What? Hancock exclaimed as everyone just witnessed the man disappear right before their eyes. Immediately Goku reappeared in front of Hancock and her sisters, taking them by surprise. Goku glared at the three sisters. I won't let you kill innocent people just because of me. I don't care who you are, and I'm not letting you take your hatred of me out on anyone else. Goku spoke with authority, sending chills down the sister's spine. Why you? Sandersonia said as she struck her fist forward only to hit the air. Sandersonia was shocked at how quickly the Saiyan moved. She looked left and right for him but couldn't see him. Suddenly Goku appeared onto the stadium with his arms crossed. You'll turn her back to normal now, Goku spoke. The stands full one of women whispered in disbelief to what they witnessed. Hancock stared at the man expressionless as she thought over the Saiyan's demand. Alright, I'll turn her back to her normal if you beat my sister Marigold in a duel, Hancock said. I've got him now. When Marigold is done with him, he is going to wish he never challenged me. Hancock thought to herself, that man may as well surrender. She laughed silently at the thought of it. Goku's face lit up. Really? You can turn her back if he beat her in a fight? Awesome. Let's do it. Goku cheered while Hancock had looked of shock by the man's sudden change to his normal self. Luffy couldn't help but laugh at Goku for being serious for one moment and then not the next. You're pretty funny, spiky-haired man. What's your name? I am Monkey D. Luffy, and I want to be the Kia. Luffy had been punched in the face by Marigold, knocking him unconscious. Silence, you little brat, Marigold said. Goku saw Luffy's ki was low. He assumed Luffy had probably taken a beating before Marigold brought him here, since Goku saw many bruises on Luffy. Wait, I want to compromise. I will take on both Marigold and Sandersonia if you return Marguerite back to normal and release Luffy too. Goku says to Hancock. How'd you ask to change the rules our sister had laid down? Sandersonia said, you should be grateful that she is allowing you to live this long to fight me. Marigold hissed at Goku. I accept your demands. Hancock replied, taking the sisters by surprise. Big sister, Marigold said slowly, but I want to add something. You will have to take on one more thing before you versus my sisters. She says to the Saiyan. Goku grinned while cracking his knuckles. The more the merrier for me, I guess. He says. Hancock pointed towards the arena. Release Bakura. She shouted, causing a wave of whispers to form around the stadium. Goku turned around to see a gate opening, and within it was a Black Panther beast staring at him. It walked out into the arena and growled at Son Goku. Hancock smirked. That beast's name is Bakura and he was our executioner back then. It will be your opponent. Hancock told Goku, if I recall, he didn't eat for 7 days. Bakura will eat anything we give him, so you better fight with all your might. Hancock spoke as she and her two sisters smiled, expecting Goku's fate to be sealed. Goku didn't fear the beast. In fact, he left himself wide open for the panther to strike. The panther seized the opportunity and struck at Goku. But to their shock, Goku launched his leg up and struck Bakura's jaw. Bakura was sent flying into the air as everyone looked into the sky wondering where Bakura was. Suddenly Bakura was seen hurtling back to earth and crashed into an empty stand. The shockwave of his kick had caused the tiles underneath him to crack. The crowd and the three sisters couldn't believe their eyes. A mere man had that much willpower to knock a panther that size out of the arena. Goku turned back to the Empress and her sisters. Alright, who's next? Goku asked while cracking his knuckles. Annoyed, Hancock arched her back and pointed towards Goku. Take him out for me, will you, sisters? Hancock asked. Of course, Empress Hancock. Both women said in sync. Both Sandersonia and Marigold went into the ring and smirked as they started to transform into their real forms. Both women had grown bigger and transformed with odd snake-like tendencies. Marigold had a voluminously bloated stomach with large swollen lips and long wavy and untamed orange hair, while Sandersonia had a disproportionately wide head with a snake-like split tongue that dangled loosely out of her mouth and a slender snake-like body. Salamander, forked snake. Hancock crossed her leg over the other before she spoke. Once we beat you, you will forgive me for turning her into stone, won't you? Hancock asked, though she already knew that like every other person he would not be able to resist her beauty. If you think I will forgive you for what you did, then you must be out of your mind, Goku said in disbelief. Hancock was holding her chest in pain as if she had been attacked. How can there possibly exist a man who is immune to my charms? Hancock exclaimed out loud. The crowd had grown even rowdier and wanted revenge for their empress, throwing slurs at Goku for disrespecting their empress. But you've got something wrong. Goku's voice was heard. And what's that? Hancock looked down at the Saiyan. You still think I am going to lose? Goku smirked. Hancock was getting annoyed with Goku's cockiness. Sisters, get rid of him now. Hancock ordered. The battle between Goku versus Marigold and Sandersonia was about to begin. Goku observed his surrounding. If I were to attack them at full power, I might accidentally kill one of them, let alone destroy the entire island. Two should lower my power enough to battle them both, Goku thought. As Goku got into his fighting stance, Marigold was like, phew, damn, finally done, means done. Well guys, this is the end of third part fanfiction story. I hope you like story. If like this fanfiction story, please like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel. If like video, above 50 to 100 likes, I will make another fourth part of this fanfiction story, and also try to find imaginary image to better fanfiction story. Thank you.